So I'm going to do a little short with some of my favorite things about my Micro Mini. So definitely taking the dinette out of the slide, doing a very lightweight yet comfortable recliner and a little Walmart table for my workstation, and so I can do Zoom meetings. The foil's up there not because of heat, just because of light for when I do Zoom meetings, and that's easily removed. I got a little station for the kitty to eat so the dog doesn't get it, and underneath a top entry litter box. And then I have a little table here that has a little hidey for the kitty. Right, George? You use that. And if she's not using that, she kind of hangs out down there. And this is the, let me turn on a light here. This is the bunk model. And since I don't have kids or anyone living with me, you can see this is storage, a ton of storage. And even underneath there is storage. And for heat, and there are those that'll say, oh, you shouldn't do that. But this is a Wave 3 propane heater that I use to save electric energy when I'm boondocking, because it doesn't have a fan or anything. You just got to ventilate your space and have dual alarms. There's an alarm there. There's an alarm there. So any propane gets in, any carbon monoxide, and alarms will go off, and I'm feeling pretty safe. And I know there's a lot of wires down there, but this is the incoming from my inverter. I kind of wire it over the door, and everything kind of comes in on there. And I know there are a lot of wires, but trust me, I'm not overloading anything. Most of those are pretty low consumption devices. Anyway, this is my little setup, and I love my little kitchen and stove and refrigerator. There's plenty of room in both the fridge and the freezer for a single guy. And this is a microwave and convection oven. And so if I use the convection oven, I probably will turn on the generator to do that. That's very rare. And there's the bed I bought a little, I replaced the factory mattress with one that is comfortable and a little topper, and it's very nice. And outdoors, I have, these propane fire pits are just wonderful. I mean, you got a campfire in an instant. And of course, my Blackstone 22-inch double burner I use constantly, and you can see it's plugged into the main propane tanks, which are here. And this sturdy thing on the tongue houses all 400 amp hours of my batteries, and it sits on the tongue, so I got plenty of storage room inside. And I've got these two, I just love these rich folding solar panels. I got one last year and I added to it, got a second one, because they're so powerful and durable, and I just love them. So that's 200 a piece, so that's 400 out here. And up on the roof there that you can't see is I've got another 200 amp hours of flex panel flat that just kind of adds to this. So basically what it does is it adds just enough so I get 400 watts of solar I'm probably 380, 390 right now, and it's about 11 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock in the morning. And then back here, we have my Honda generator. And you might ask, hey, does that run your AC? I've got a 15,000 BTU AC that came with this. It's the upgraded AC for the Micro Mini, and it will turn the Micro Mini into a refrigerator. It's quite a bit of power. And yes, the Honda 2200 will run it because I had soft start installed. And you look at my sewer line and you see something different looking there. And what you're seeing is a macerator pump and a garden hose line that I designate for this purpose. I take this container and I put it in the back of my pickup truck, and I pump my black and gray water into it, and I go dump that. So I don't have to move. I don't have to move my rig at all, really. And I do need to get in fresh water, and I'm going to cover that in a second. There's another solar panel attached to a power station that, I constantly keep my electric e-bike powered up and ready to go. And Dottie rides in the back there, and she's learned to really love it. Right, Dottie? There's Dottie hanging out outside. She's not using it now, but this is one of her favorite things, a little elevated bed. Hey, Dottie, come over here and get in the bed. Get up in your bed. Go on. There you go. She kind of likes that bed. And so what else have I got? Comfortable chairs, tables. So in my back seat, I have my trusty 6-gallon water container. And every time I go into town, I spend $1 or $1.25 to fill it up. And I feed it into my freshwater tank on the trailer. And that's how I keep my water up. And I think that's pretty much it. But I got to tell you, I'm very happy with this setup. One of the things I love is unhooking, and I get transportation into town, anywhere I want to go, and easy peasy. So I think I've made a really good decision buying the Winnebago Micro Mini 2100 BH, the 2021 model.